the, Yahweh's call to Gideon, Judges 6:11-12. The Midianites had flooded the land of Israel with their people, cattle, and many hungry mouths. They were eating all the produce of the land and slowly starving the Israelites into total defeat. The reason this was happening was clear. Israel as a nation was not following the Lord. The people were involved in the pagan ways and worship of those who lived around them. Yahweh even sent a prophet to remind them that they were not listening to him. The situation was very bleak, but Yahweh was able to call somebody to rescue the people. He could have just given the Midianites a fatal disease or caused them to disappear the same way they had came. Salakia. Yahweh could have simply performed a miracle and rescue Israel, but he sent his angel to call Gideon. We would not want to say, now even this right here says his angel. It didn't say him, but like I said, the previous, whoever was writing the previous thing, tried to say it was actually Yahweh himself. So, he sent his angel to call Gideon. We would not want to say that Gideon was a coward. He was just practical and cautious. He was actually hiding down in a pit where grapes were treaded to squeeze out the juice. He was threshing grain there to hide the whole operation and its result, the food he and his family needed from the Midianites. It must have been hilarious to any bystander to hear the angel call out to Gideon, "The Lord is with thee, thou mighty man of valor." Salakia. Judges 6:12. Gideon was at that moment not looking like a mighty and valiant man, yet Yahweh was with him even as he was hiding down in the pit. Today our churches are in a dreadful moral and spiritual situation. Professing, well, I ain't gonna even use it. Like they trying, like, because this is like way based around, that religion, Christianity, and all that. Like I'm gonna reword some things for the Akim. So today I can use that word churches because that simply means call out. So I say today our camps are in dreadful moral and spiritual. Nah, because the camps is actually trying to. I'm gonna use today churches are in dreadful moral and spiritual situations. Professing Israelites are caving into the hordes of Midianites around them. Testimony, which that's true. You know what I mean? Like, Israelites are so indoctrinated into this shit. I was telling the guy today, because I'm taking this class and it's for, men with children and whatnot. I ain't gonna go too in depth, but the thing is, actually sitting back, I see the curses at work. I mean, most of these guys saying the same thing I'm saying. Most of what I hear most Israelite men say, they catching hell for the baby mama, she a demon, yada yada yada. Basically how that curse actually takes effect. And I told the guy that actually like one of the staff members of it, and he sat and really pondered it, but then he still came up, well, I would have to, which ain't nothing wrong with that. He's being circumspect, but it was like, it's like Israelites always figure out a way. And that's how it's us for real. Cause look at how like even this little lesson book was talking about how Moses tried to get up out of it, to call it, even Gideon, and then Jeremiah, they try to get up out of it. Look at Jonah read, what I'm saying? It's funny. Same people, you know what I'm saying? The testimony for Hamashiach is compromised and the power to live victorious Salakia. And the power to live victorious lives is drained away. It is high time for someone or a whole host of people to respond to a call to rescue our sorry light. Salakia. Sorry lot. Aside from divine intervention, there is no hope for us, just as there was none for Israel. However, Yahweh is with us in a pit of defeat. Gideon's objections to the call and Yahweh's answers. Judges 6:13-18. It would be great if the record could show that Gideon said, "Great. What do we do and where do we start?" Notice, however, his immediate objections. First, he suggested that the Lord could not be with them as evidenced by their bad circumstances. They were under siege by the Midianites and were not seeing Yahweh perform miracles to help them as he had in the past. Second, he could not rescue Israel because of who he was. Today, we might paraphrase his words this way: "I am from a whole tribe of losers, and I am a loser." D. The Lord's answers were very simple. It made me think about what Apostle Gabar say. The elect is the best of the worst. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Lord's answers were very simple. To the objection that Yahweh was not performing miracles, he said, "Go in this thy might, and thou shalt save Israel from the hand of the Midianites. Have not I sent thee?" Judges chapter 6, verse 13. The idea is this: you are strong enough and do not need miracles because Yahweh sends you. To the objection that Gideon was insignificant, Yahweh said, surely I will be with thee, and thou shalt smite the Midianites as one man. Judges 6 and 16. If Yahweh is with you, you can be sure that he is the one who will actually do everything necessary. Having Yahweh call you is all the background strength and assurance you need. Some might consider this a rash statement and irresponsible. However, the course of human history has often pivoted on the walk of the man or woman Yahweh delights to honor with a simple call. Salakia. We should always be open to Yahweh's call and willing to accept it without delay. Yeah, we should, but like I said, what is that? I forgot what is that. I believe Jeremiah 4 and 22. We're sottish. Israel's a sottish children. Meaning stupid. We supposed to go back to them. When you tell somebody that and they actually hear it, but then when they take the time to say something that, yeah, I know, but I'm trying to get this. Some of the dumb answers that people have said lets you know that they comprehend what you're saying. They just really, don't really want to serve the Lord. They really despise the Lord, and at the end of the day, that's what really make them stupid. If a motherfucker tell you that they know they should be doing this, but they need to do this, I think Mike Epps said that shit one time. That's what I said. That's how I show you how he an Israelite. He a Jake. What he say? He say, I want to give my life over to the Lord. It was one of his comedy specials. He said, I want to give my life over to the Lord, but I got to get this money first. You know what I'm saying? Like, we are all familiar with the problems some people have caused while claiming Yahweh told me to do it. There are calls from Yahweh that some have dreamed up themselves. That does not detract from the fact that Yahweh still calls some of us to specific tests. Though these tests may not involve addressing some huge circumstance, such as defeating a powerful enemy. All calls involve simple faith and obedience to the Lord. If we want to put ourselves in the way of blessings, we must practice trusting Yahweh in small things that are right at hand. And that makes me think of that scripture where it say about, I can't roughly paraphrase it. It talks about how if you're not able to judge the smallest matters, how would you? It's something like that. If you can't judge the smallest matters, how you going to judge the greater ones? You know what I mean? All calls involve simple faith and obedience to the Lord. If we want to put ourselves in the way of blessings, we must practice trusting Yahweh in small things that are at hand. We must forsake our sin and selfishness and bring every thought captive to the obedience of Hamashiach, which is 2 Corinthians 10 and 5. Gideon believed Yahweh reluctantly and moved forward very hastily, Salakia, very hesitantly, yet Yahweh blessed him in his response to the call. It did not matter what Gideon thought at first, just that he was obedient to the call of Yahweh and judged Israel for many years. And I'm going to stop right there, Akim, and continue next week. It's only a little few of hearts in this lesson, but, at the end of the day, I got some other things to do. So with that, I'm going to end the lesson, and we'll start back up next week. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Yashem, Yahweh Shah, YAHAWAH, Rakah, Kadash, Barakatah. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessing to the Akim around the four corners of earth, pushing the faith with truth and sincerity. And with that, Shalom.